Hello everyone, welcome back to the shop. Let's talk about my next piece, the iron oak. Dotted across the landscape are a smattering of missions with a storied past, with a lot of missionaries and the indigenous peoples of California. I was asked from the San Antonio mission to build a piece to honor a group of donors, a massive group of donors that helped retrofit the mission. When they approached me about the piece, they were thinking about something maybe that would go on the wall, and you kept going back to an oak tree because the oaks here are iconic in my home area. So I approached them with an idea, a three-dimensional idea, an idea of an iron oak tree forged from iron and with a canopy of copper leaves. Each leaf could honor each donor that helped make this construction possible. This abstract tree would be wonderful because I would allow this, forged iron to rust and turn kind of browns and reds. Meanwhile, all that copper would be, beautiful verde green. I can acidize that and all these leaves would just twinkle in the wind. I think it would just be absolutely wonderful. Key shareholders into this project, into this knot here, and I just think it would be wonderful. Could you imagine the blossom of inspiration that kids can see when they come visit and study these missions? Oh, it'd just be wonderful. So each one of these scrap pieces of cardboard are actually a 4 by 3/8 bar of steel. Thousands and thousands of pounds of steel went into the conception of this thing. Since the thing is going to be so massive and heavy, I'm going to construct it into 4 pieces. There's going to be a trunk that'll be spawned from the base. There will be a hub up here where each limb will attach, so I can, first install the trunk, then install each limb one after another. It's gonna be a lot easier than trying to haul this 12 foot by 12 foot by 12 foot monstrosity all in one piece. Unloading thousands of pounds of steel on your own from your trailer takes some thinking. It's not all brute force, there's a lot of engineering and kind of rigging that takes place when it comes to doing things alone, through block and tackle and leverage and chain falls and things like that, things of my own construction. As the future unfolds, I cannot wait for the growth of this channel, building the new shop next door. It's gonna be superb. Getting some more hands in here to really help me work. I personally love the rain. So working out in it and trying to manage and keeping the fires hot and just work in the rain was actually kind of exhilarating. I actually quite enjoyed it. It kept me cool as I was next to the flames. It was a really liberating experience to be able to, move things organically, to be able to cut wherever I want to cut, wherever the torch kind of led me, to kind of emulate the organic nature of growth, how things like to grow. Nothing's perfect in nature. And it was really fun to emulate that, very liberating. As you can see, I cut the base into two pieces. One is going to be the bottom of the trunk, the actual bottom of the trunk you see as the uprights will come up. But there's a second half to that. That will be attached to all sorts of steel framework and as well as rebar underneath to fortify the whole thing into its concrete pedestal that will be holding this entire piece to the ground. Now when it comes to layout for all of the bolt holes that will be holding this monstrosity together, of course then I have to add in a whole lot of geometry. Using sacred geometry to get that perfect 12 bolt layout across that, that circle in the center. It's a lot of fun to hide geometry, to hide numbers and everything I build. I like to do it all the time because, I don't know, after I'm long gone, if someone were to take a tape measure to all of my work, they might find some little secrets hidden within. Now I know what a lot of you, especially you fabricators out there, know what you're thinking. Like, Max, why don't you get a mag drill? They're pretty pricey. I'm not quite at that level just yet. So carried my drill press over, because I know it, I got everything structured underneath it and I could put all that pressure down and that hole saw worked out perfect. I know a mag drill is better, but I can't afford one just yet. But in the time being, the drill press worked great. When I was drilling those holes, I slapped both of those plates together because I wanted to make sure that that layout was in perfect, and I mean perfect alignment. Because I don't want any surprises when, one half of it is locked into concrete forever, and then all of a sudden it's install day and I'm bringing in that trunk and the bolt holes don't line up. I wanted to ensure myself, for my sleepless nights, ensure myself that those bolt holes would line up 100% all the time. I am so excited for this project. This is going to be so much fun. It's going to be very challenging. And I'm going to do something a little bit different this time around with this content. I'm going to do a lot more step by step. There's going to be a lot more parts. I want to take you on every step of the journey together and answer any of your questions and whatnot. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very exciting and harrowing all at the same time. It's going to be a good challenge. And as always, my friends, thank you for watching.